seemed to have somehow been a normal week, the time has come to start reducing the number of games because we are at that point of the season where teams are going to have to take a break every so often. And now we are here with week 5. Let's assess the damage and see where things go from here. There are 4 teams total that are on a bye this week, and those are the Eagles, the Titans, the Chargers, and the Lions. That brings our total game count down to 14. But I'm sure they could appreciate getting a little bit of rest before the wear and tear kicks in. The NFC South has mostly just been a 3 teams trying to improve so far, but some signs are apparent. Baker Mayfield has been proving that he's as mixed of a bag as ever. Kirk Cousins has yet to fully adapt to the Falcons' playbook. Yet, if there's one thing that stays consistent, it's that Cousins also has a tendency to struggle in primetime games. By this logic, this means the Buccaneers are going to end up winning this game on a short week. 500 million attempts later, it's finally time for Aaron Rodgers to face off against an old rival for the first time as a Jet. Things feel a little bit different. Maybe things can feel different when Aaron Rodgers ends up proving to be washed and the Jets are still the Jets. At least the Vikings can prove that they don't need a top quality quarterback to win when you already have good weapons around them. Anyway, in terms of disappointment, it's going to be the Jets who somehow bullshit their way to a win because nothing makes sense anymore and we're all just here to witness computer crashes. The fact that this game is actually winnable for the Panthers says a lot about how crazy this early part of the season has been. Yet when it comes to a game like this, there are so many ways it could end. Bears can secure a win just from playing defense and special teams, right? Here we go again with AFC North football starting to take shape. In today's edition, we get 2 teams that have been struggling to stay consistent at being anywhere close to competitive. In the end, the Bengals are going to end up being the team that comes out with the win as the division continues to play ugly. Looks like the matchup turned out to have stayed on pace to be a good game after all. A battle for AFC supremacy, with the winner further proving why they deserve to be in the conversation. Though with how battered the Bills' defense has been, I think that the Texans are going to use it to their advantage to pull off a victory in a shootout. Do not let this matchup fool you in the slightest. The Colts have a tendency of randomly losing to the Jaguars in Jacksonville when it truly matters. It doesn't matter the time of the year, it always happens because they keep forgetting this match is on the calendar. But you say, this year is different because Anthony Richardson is him. Joe Flacco still has something left in the tank. We got some good players and coaching with major win last week. We'll be fine. Don't say that one didn't warn y'all if you end up losing. Again. Who had this as a battle for the bottom of the division again? Sounds like a pipe dream, but alas, this is a real match in Boston. Wait, Foxborough? We're saying this is in Foxborough? Yeah, who cares at this point? It's like saying the Commanders are Washington when they play in Maryland. Why don't we also try to turn this match back to the early days where neither team can get anything going and it ends in a tie? That would be lovely for a match of this caliber. The Commanders lead the NFC East? There truly is a first for everything. Now we get to see them try to keep it up against the Browns. Yes, FedEx Field is still as much of a dumpster as ever. And yes, new ownership has been doing more things to help the Commanders actually being better than a meme. They just gotta minimize their mistakes and they'll end up winning the game easily. Oh, no, wait, not easily. It'll still be ugly. Does anyone remember when these two teams weren't as hyped up as they were? That certainly felt like a few months ago. Now we get to see how the two can shut their critics, which are literally anybody who hasn't bothered jumping on board either hype train. Considering who has that QB for either side, it should be an ugly overtime win for the Raiders by a final score of 17-14. Lovely overtime, people. Lovely overtime. This season gonna be a repeat of 2020, where after making it to the Super Bowl, the 49ers keep getting injured. The cost of Brock Purdy bringing in a Mr. Irrelevant sensation. The cost of Christian McCaffrey appearing on the cover. It's not like they're playing the Cardinals next or anything. Oh, wait. They are. These games are only gonna start getting closer and closer from here on out. Maybe they can actually beat an opponent in a close one this time? Maybe? Welcome to Rams House, a place that is filled to the brim with Packers fans everywhere you look. Suddenly the Chargers don't feel left out of the feeling. As long as the Packers can keep mistakes to a minimum against a bunch of practice squad guys, this should be a win.
Derp, 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 derp,
Don't
derp,
act
derp,
surprised.
derp,
This
derp,
is standard Giants.
derp, derp,
Losing to the Cowboys in primetime while also derping around is all part of being a fan as they get to go on the road to play the Seahawks. Enjoy more derping, because there's going to be so many false start penalties your head will spin. Have fun with Danny Derps' contract. Maybe Tommy DeVito can actually show flashes before he falls apart again. At least you got Malik Neighbors starting to show signs. It's official. My laptop is the idiot of the week. It's been 500 million takes again just to get this thing done. And a full restart. That's the second time. Want me to go on the script about how we're stuck with yet another Cowboys primetime game and how it's worse because it's the Steelers, about it being nearly 30 years that nobody wants to go through the same old story, and that they're not America's team, which implies that the entire country liked them in the first place? Yeah, I just summed up the script in a nutshell. Like, why bother at this point? Just take your ugly loss and get out of here. Do I have to talk about this game? They're not even gonna show most of it. It's just gonna be endless pandering over a certain someone. Just admit that the game is gonna be rigged in the Chiefs' favor and get it over with. The only way the NFL is going to change is when people finally decide to do something that hurts the bottom line. Just to make sure nobody does any of the stupid options, I'd rather see a full-fledged collapse happen properly when the Chiefs eventually get exposed for what they are. Finally, we made it to the end. I never thought I could actually see the end. Thank you all so much for watching through this suffering. Maybe I can actually make sure the laptop stays more consistent. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Just don't be expecting anything special. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and until next time, travel safely.